In this video, I'm going to show you how artificial intelligence can fix your poor sales process. I'm going to walk you through step by step what's happening today in your current sales process and show you the specific areas where AI can be inserted and greatly improve your sales process. This chart explains the process that your leads flow through. At the moment, you've got lead sources from various areas: Facebook, Google, word of mouth, your website, referral partners, wherever they may come in. Now, when these leads come in, they're of varying quality. So some of your leads will be poor leads. They're just people who've got general questions about your business. They're at a very, very early stage of looking for your product or service. So they're a long way out and they're not that good. Down the other end of the spectrum, you've got 20% of your leads are hot leads. So these are people who know about your product or service. They're very keen to proceed. They're at the pointy end of the buying cycle and they really want to talk to someone to make that sale. Then, of course, in the middle, you've got 30% of leads who we call them medium leads. They're getting close. They're thinking about your product or service. They've still got questions. They might still be some time off making a final decision, but they're still good leads that will eventually turn into a sale. Now, what happens today in most businesses is you've got all these leads coming in and you've got a sales team. However many people in your sales team, but you and I both know that in your sales team, you've got poor salespeople, average salespeople, and superstar salespeople. It's a factor in every sales organization. Not everyone can be a superstar. But what most businesses do is they take all of these leads and they farm them out equally to their sales team. So the poor salesperson gets a mix of great leads, medium leads, and poor leads. The superstar gets a mix of hot leads, medium leads, and poor leads. So they're equally distributed because there's a process like a phone where they just get sent through, and whoever picks up the phone, it depends on the quality of the lead, and they go from there. So there are several problems with this process. The first one is your sales team spends time on poor leads. So these 50% of poor leads, they're not going to lead to a sale. They get put through to your sales team, and your team are spending 50% of their time answering the questions from these poor leads. The second problem is that you actually need more people in your sales team to deal with these poor leads. Again, these poor leads take up around 50% of the effort of your sales team, and you're going to need more people to answer those questions from those poor sales leads. The third problem is that your sales superstar spends precious time on these poor leads. Think about it. I'm sure every business owner wants their superstar salesperson to focus only on the hot and the medium leads. But the problem is they haven't got a process set up to make sure that that superstar only sees the hot and the medium leads. Now, I'm sure some of you will say, no, I've got a process that filters it. But let me guarantee you, some of those poor leads are slipping through to some of you superstar salespeople, and they're wasting time on it. Now, the other consequence of this problem is that you're going to say, as a business owner, I need more superstars. And yes, every business needs more superstars in their sales teams to improve sales. However, that's a really limited way to look at this problem. Artificial intelligence can absolutely solve the problem you've got in this sales team. Let me explain. So this is the same sales process I just took you through, but what we're going to do now is we're going to insert AI as a barrier between the leads and the sales team. What we want the AI to do is to firstly, particularly with these poor leads, engage in a conversation with these leads and answer questions. Particularly poor leads, they often have very general questions. For example, I've got a software client, and one of the questions they often get very early in the sales process is, does your software hook up? Can you integrate it with accounting software or a whole range of other softwares that the client might be using? Now, those are very simple questions that AI can provide the answer to, that we don't need to waste the sales team's time on. So what happens is, clients come in, the AI engages those clients, answers those questions. They can also take a name, email, and phone number and put them into a nurture sequence for when they're ready to take the next step. The second way that AI can filter leads is ask certain questions to stop them getting through. So for example, in the lending business, you often get people who ask for a loan, but their credit score is quite poor. You can get the AI to have a conversation with them and conversationally bring out what their credit score is. And if their credit score is poor, you can filter them appropriately. Don't send them to your best superstar salesperson. If you're in the B2B space, you can ask questions like, what's your revenue? You might only work with certain businesses that have a certain revenue. So if they say their revenue is really small, you can filter them appropriately. Or their business size might be number of employees. You could have the AI ask how many employees you got, and if they haven't got enough employees, you can filter them again. Again, what AI is fantastic at is engaging in conversation and conversationally asking these sorts of questions, and then you can filter those leads appropriately so that you're only sending the best leads. So through this conversation, we stop these bad leads getting through to your sales teams. And then what we do is we only let these medium leads or just the hot leads go through to your sales team. Now, the effect on your sales team of this filtering is really quite huge. Firstly, what you'll find if you do this process is that your superstar sales team, who are now only getting medium and hot leads because of this AI filter, they're not speaking to these poor leads, they say, wow, the lead quality is really good. These leads are great. And you'll find that your business revenue goes up because your superstars are just spending time on really good leads. The other thing you'll find is that you don't need as many people in your sales team. Now, this is really, really important. Many businesses, once they have this AI filtering system up, they can actually let go or redeploy their salespeople to other parts of the business, because now they're not dealing with this huge quantity of poor leads. So this is a really big game changer and something that can't be emphasized enough. If you use AI to conversationally filter your leads, you can make sure that your sales team are only focusing on those hot leads or leads that are getting close to being hot. And that means that your sales team is really happy because they're focusing on leads that are converting. But very importantly for you as a business owner, you can make some adjustments to your sales team. You can remove those poor salespeople from your process because you simply don't need as many. Now, when we speak to salespeople that have got a business that's using AI to filter, they all say that the leads that the AI generates are better quality. And you can see how we do it here. We're simply using AI to exclude the poor leads and work out which ones are the good leads and only send the good leads through to the sales team. This has the benefit of improving the conversion for your sales team, and very importantly, you can reduce the size of your sales team because they're focusing on only the ones that can convert. So you can see here we've addressed the 3 key problems that you've got in your poor sales process at the moment. If you want to talk about how this can apply to your business, click the link below. Happy to have a chat anytime.